Good morning to all of you. Dear student, we encounter many changes around us, like rusting of iron, turning of milk into curd, burning of candle, freezing of water into ice when it is placed in the freezer of a refrigerator. All these changes can be classified into two categories, namely physical change and chemical change. In a physical change, you have learned that no new substance is formed, only physical state of the substance, such as its state, physical state of the substance, color of the substance, its shape is changed. There is no change in the chemical composition of the substance. But in a chemical change, an entirely new substance with different chemical composition is formed. Physical changes we have discussed in 9th class, and now in 10th class we shall learn chemical changes in detail. Now what are chemical reactions? Chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substance is transformed into one or more new substance with different chemical composition. What is a chemical reaction? It is a process in which one or more substance convert into one or more new substance, which is called product. A chemical reaction is indicated by certain observable changes. That is, when a chemical reaction takes place, we observe many changes in the substance undergoing chemical change. For example, change in the state. When a chemical reaction takes place, the state of the substance undergoing chemical reaction may be changed. Change in the color of the substance. The color of the substance undergoing chemical reaction may be changed. During a chemical reaction, a gas may be liberated, a gas may be evolved. And a chemical reaction is accompanied by change in temperature. That is, during a chemical reaction, either heat is liberated, heat is evolved, or heat is absorbed. Now we shall illustrate with example. Take a small piece of magnesium ribbon clean it with a sandpaper. Remember, we clean the magnesium ribbon because magnesium is a highly reactive metal and it reacts with the oxygen of the air and gets coated with a layer of magnesium oxide. In order to remove that layer, magnesium ribbon is cleaned with a sandpaper. Now holding with a pair of tongue, this magnesium ribbon is brought near the flame of a burner. We observe that the magnesium ribbon burns with a white dazzling flame and a white powder is left which looks like wood ash. So here what do you see? Magnesium ribbon is converted into a powder. So a chemical reaction is indicated by the change in its state. Magnesium, when burns in air, it combines with the oxygen and form magnesium oxide, which is a white powder like wood ash. Change in color. Into test tube, take a small amount of lead nitrate and barium chloride solution. You can replace lead nitrate with sodium sulfate. Both solutions are colorless. And when these two solutions are mixed together, a white precipitate is formed. This white precipitate is that of barium sulfate. So you can see that when a chemical reaction takes place, the color of the substance may be changed. Evolution of a gas. Take granulated zinc in a conical flask and add dilute hydrochloric acid to this conical flask. Tiny bubbles appear on the surface of the zinc and a gas is evolved, a colorless gas is evolved. Now if you touch the flask, you will observe that the flask has become hot. So this indicates that when a chemical reaction takes place, gas may be evolved and the temperature of the system in which the reaction is taking place may be changed, as a result of which the heat is either evolved or absorbed. If the heat is evolved, the temperature of the system is increased. If heat is absorbed during a chemical reaction, the temperature of the system is decreased. So it is clear from these illustrations that when a chemical reaction takes place, we may observe many changes, like the change in the state of the substance, change in the color of the substance, evolution of gas, and change in temperature of the system in which the reaction is being carried out. Chemical equation. In chemistry, usually we represent a chemical reaction by means of a chemical equation. For example, when magnesium burns in air, it combines with oxygen and forms magnesium oxide. Now this representation is called a chemical equation. So what is a chemical equation? A chemical equation is a symbolic representation of an actual chemical reaction by means of symbols and formulae. Representation of a chemical reaction with the help of symbols and formulae of the reactants and the products. Remember, the substances or the substance which undergo chemical reaction are called reactants, and the substance or the substances which are formed as a result of chemical reaction are called product. In a chemical reaction, you can see the reactants are represented on the left hand side, whereas the products are represented on the right hand side, and the reactant and the products are separated by an arrowhead mark. The arrowhead indicates the direction of the reaction, that is, the direction in which the chemical reaction is taking place. So a chemical equation is symbolic representation of an actual chemical reaction by means of symbols and formulae of the reactant and products. In a chemical equation, the reactants are represented on the left hand side, whereas the products are represented on the right hand side. The reactant and the product are separated by an arrowhead mark. Now, a chemical equation provides many informations regarding the chemical reaction. For example, this equation gives us the name of the reactants and the products formed. For example, it is clear from this equation that magnesium and oxygen are the reactants and magnesium oxide is a product. So a chemical reaction indicates the names of the reactants and product. It represents an actual chemical reaction. In spite of these informations, a chemical equation fails to convey many informations regarding the chemical reaction. For example, a chemical equation does not represent the physical state of the reactants and the product. A chemical equation does not indicate whether the reaction is exothermic or endothermic. A chemical equation does not represent whether the reaction is reversible or irreversible. Many chemical reactions take place in the presence of a catalyst. A chemical equation does not indicate whether the reaction is taking place in the presence of a catalyst or not. Now, what is a catalyst? A catalyst is a chemical species which can alter the rate of chemical reaction, but it itself remains unaltered after the chemical reaction. So all these drawbacks, all these limitations of a chemical equation are overcome. For example, the physical state of the reactants and the products are represented by using symbol S for the solid, L for the liquid state, G for the gas, and AQ for the aqueous solution. For example, magnesium is in solid state, oxygen is a gas, and magnesium oxide form is in solid state. Similarly, in this reaction, Zn plus HCl to form zinc is solid, hydrochloric acid is in the form of an aqueous solution, zinc chloride is also an aqueous solution, and hydrogen is a gas. So it is clear from these examples that in a chemical equation, the physical state of the reactant and products can be represented by using symbols like S for the solid state, L for the liquid state, and G for the gas, and AQ for an aqueous solution. If a chemical reaction is exothermic, then we use a sign plus heat along with the product. This indicates that this particular reaction is exothermic reaction. Now, one more important thing regarding the chemical equation. A chemical equation should be balanced. For example, see, magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. In this case, you can see that 1 mole of magnesium reacts with 2 mole of oxygen to form 1 mole of magnesium oxide. And in case of number of atoms, 1 atom of magnesium combines with 2 atoms of oxygen to form 1 molecule of magnesium oxide, which contain 1 atom of magnesium and 1 atom of oxygen. Obviously, in this equation, the number of atoms of reactant and products are not equal. We have learned in 9th class that in a chemical reaction, the atom is neither created nor destroyed. So, in accordance to the law of conservation of mass, the matter is neither created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction. a chemical equation should be balanced. In tomorrow's video, we shall learn how to balance a chemical equation. Thank you.